Now, the Israeli military has published its first official account of what it describes as the mistakes that led to its failure to protect Israeli civilians during the October the 7th attacks by Hamas. The report highlights complacency towards Hamas's military capabilities, with Gaza viewed as a secondary threat compared to Iran and Hezbollah. It says at one point more than 5,000 people crossed through the fortified barrier separating Israel and the Palestinian enclave. Also, in some incidents, wounded soldiers were evacuated before civilians. Well, let's discuss this further. Joining me now is Mohamed Taha from BBC Arabic. Mohamed, lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, Lucas.
As ever here on the programme. I just want to start off with one question at the top of my mind. Why would they release this report now? I mean, potentially damaging to Mr. Netanyahu, isn't it?
Of course. It seems that there is a big division in the Israeli society at the moment, and the division between the military and the political circles. So the military, I think they are believing that they should not go back to war again, and they should reflect on what happened on the 7th of October and the war that continued for nearly 15 months after that. And the military and the political side, they still believe that they can go back to war after finishing the first phase of exchanging hostages and prisoners. It looks like the army or big part of the Israeli army does not want to return back to war again, and I do not exclude that the former defense minister Gallant and also the resigned Chief of Staff Halifi, I do not exclude that they might play a role in this report to get out, to make sure that there is equivalent pressure on the political side and Benjamin Netanyahu to take responsibility on what happened on the 7th of October as equal as the army.
Okay, so we have the political pressure, but what about Israelis? What sort of reaction has there been in Israel to this report? Are they behind the supposed motivations of the army, as you described, the IDF?
Many of the Israeli army are supporting this. It is a shocking report, Loquesa, when you understand that a whole army division, the Gaza division, were defeated in 6 hours. They faced 319 deaths in these 6 hours, 2,000 personnel injured, and 150 captured. And the shocking also point in the report, Loquesa, that the report is saying that after the Air Force started to respond, they did not differentiate between who is the Israeli army or who is civilian and who is Hamas fighters. So this does not exclude that a big number of the 1,200 people who died on the 7th of October died on the hands of the Israeli army itself by this report. As this report, it is very shocking report to see how a division in the army would be defeated by unorganized or unprofessional group like Hamas in 6 hours. It's one of the biggest defeats that the Israeli had ever had. So the circles in Israel, they are inviting Benjamin Netanyahu to form a civilian legal committee to investigate what happened, to make Benjamin Netanyahu and his government take responsibility of what happened, and try to convince them to move to the second phase of exchanging deals, because this report suggesting that the hostages that Hamas are holding at the moment are very significant. They are leaders in these divisions. They are top officers and soldiers in these divisions. So they are as important as the hostages that already has been released.
Okay, Mohamed Taha, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.